Well, Fargo and Company is an American multinational financial services company with a significant global presence. The company operates in 35 countries and serves over 70 million customers worldwide. It is a systematically important financial institute according to the Financial Stability Board and is considered one of the big four banks in the United States alongside JP Morgan Chase Bank of America and Citigroup. Company type public industry financial services, founded January 24, 1929. Founder Henry Wells, headquarter Dakota. Number of location 5,200 branches. 2021 area worldwide. Key people Steve Blank, chairman. Product asset management, banking, commodities, credit card, equities trading, insurance, investment management, mortgage loan, mutual fund, exchange trade fund, index fund, private equity, risk management, wealth management. Revenue 73.8 billion 2020, operating income 14.9 billion 2022, net income 13.2 billion 2022, total asset 1.875 trillion 2022, total equity 178.4 billion 2022, number of employee 2,38,698 2022. The company primary subsidiary is Wells Fargo, NA, national bank that resides its Sequoiasville, South Dakota site as its main office. Most U.S. federal code as a citizen of South Dakota. It is the fourth largest bank in the United States by total asset and is also one of the largest as ranked by bank deposit and market capitalization. It has 8,015 branches and 30,000 automated teller machine and 2,000 stand-alone mortgage branches. It is the second largest retail mortgage originator in the United States. Originator 1 out of every 4-hour loan and services 1.8 trillion in home mortgage. One of the largest servicing portfolio in the US. It is one of the most valuable bank branches. Wells Fargo is ranked 47th on the Fortune 500 list of the largest companies in the US. In addition to banking, the company provides equivalent financial by subsidiaries including Wells Fargo Rail and provide investment management and stock brokers services. A key part of Wells Fargo business strategy is cross-selling, the practice of encouraging exchanging customers to buy additional banking services. This led to the Wells Fargo cross-selling scandal. Wells Fargo has international offices in London, Dublin, Paris, Dubai, Singapore, Tokyo, Shanghai, Beijing, and Toronto, among other bank offices are in India and the Philippines with more than 20,000 staff. Wells Fargo operates under Chapter Number 1, the first national bank chapter issued in the United States. This chapter was issued to First National Bank of Philippines 1 June 20, 1863 by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Wells Fargo in its present form is a result of a merger between the original Wells Fargo and Company and Minneapolis-based Northern Corporation in 1998. The merged company took the better-known Wells Fargo name and moved to Wells Fargo Hub in San Francisco. At the same time, Northern Banking subsidiary merged with the Wells Fargo section Fall-based banking subsidiaries. Wells Fargo became a Coast Bank with the 2008 acquisition of Chariot-based Wachovia. Henry Wells and William J. Fargo, who founded American Express along with John Butterfield, formed Wells Fargo and Company in 1852 to provide express and banking services to California, which was growing rapidly due to the California Gold Rush. Its earliest and most significant tasks included transporting goods from the Philippine Mint and express mail delivery that was faster and less expensive than US mail. American Express was not interested in serving California by the end of the California Gold Rush. Wells Fargo was a dominant express and banking organization in the West, making large shipments of gold and delivering mail and supplies. It was also the primary lender of Butterfield Overlord Mail Company, which can a 2,757-mile route through the southwest to San Francisco and was nicknamed the Butterfly Line after the name of the company's president John Butterfield. In 1816, Congress failed to pass the annual post office appropriation bill, leaving the post office unable to the Overland Mail Company. This caused Overland to default on its debt to Wells Fargo, allowing Wells Fargo to take control of the mail route. Wells Fargo then operated the western portion of the Pony Express. 6 years later, the Grand Consolidating United Wells Fargo Holiday and Overland Mail Express line under the Wells Fargo name. In 1872, Lord Davis, a friend of the Central Pacific, begged for and holder of right to operate an express service over the Transcontinental Railroad, became president of the company after acquiring a large stake, a portion he held until 1892. In 1905, Wells Fargo separated its banking and express operation, and Wells Fargo Bank merged with the Nevada National Bank from to the Wells Fargo Nevada National Bank. During the First World War, the United States government nationalized Wells Fargo Express business in a federal agency known as U.S. Railway Express Agency (REA). After the war, the REA was privatized and continued service until 1975. In 1923, Wells Fargo Nevada merged with the Union Trust Company to form the Wells Fargo Bank and Union Trust Company. In 1954, Wells Fargo and Union Trust shortened its name to Wells Fargo Bank. 4 years later, it merged with the American Trust Company to form the Wells Fargo Bank American Trust Company. It changed its name back to Wells Fargo Bank in 1962. In 1968, Wells Fargo was converted to a federal banking charter and became Wells Fargo Bank. In that same year, Wells Fargo merged with Henry Terry Sonoma Mortgage in a $10.8 million stock transfer, making Terry the largest shareholder in Wells Fargo until Warren Buffett and Walter Annenberg surpassed him. 1 year later, Wells Fargo and Company Holding Company was formed with Wells Fargo Bank as its main subsidiary. In September 1983, Wells Fargo Armored Truck Depot in West Hartford, Connecticut was the victim of the White Eagle robbery. The robbery was organized by Los Manchesteros and involved an insider armored truck guard. It was the largest U.S. bank theft to date, with 7.1 million stolen. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Wells Fargo completed a series of acquisitions. In 1986, it acquired Crocker National Bank from Midland Bank. Then in 1987, it acquired the personal trust business of Bank of America. In 1988, it acquired Barclay Bank of California from Barclay plc. In 1998, Wells Fargo spent $491 million to acquire 113 branches in California from Great American Bank. In 1996, Wells Fargo acquired First Internet Bancorp from 11.6 billion integrated went properly as many executives left. Wells Fargo became the first major US financial service from to offer internet banking in May 1995. After its string of acquisition in 1998, Wells Fargo Bank was acquired by Northeast Corporation of Minneapolis, with the combined company assuming the Wells Fargo name. It then began one another set of acquisitions starting in 2000 when Wells Fargo Bank acquired National Bank of Alaska and First Securities Corporation in late 2001. It acquired H3-based financial service for $128 million but sold it in 2015 for $518 million. The 2007 to 2008 financial crisis resulted in a number of bank takeover in 2007. Wells Fargo acquired Greater Bay Bancorp, which had 7.4 billion in assets in a 1.5 billion transaction. It also acquired Placer Sierra Bank in CIT Group's construction unit that same year. In 2008, Wells Fargo acquired United Bank Corporation of Wyoming and Century branches of Texas on October 3, 2008, after Occupy turned down an interior office from Citigroup. Occupy agreed to the board by Wells Fargo from about 14.8 billion in a stock the next day. A New York state judge issued a temporary injunction blocking the transaction from going forward while the completing offer from Citigroup was sorted out. Citigroup alleged that it has a exclusivity agreement with Occupy that barred Occupy from negotiation with other potential buyers. The injunction was overturned late in the evening on October 5, 2008 by the New York State Appeal Court. Citigroup and Wells Fargo then entered into negotiation brokered by the FDIC to reach an amicable solution to the impasse. The negotiation failed. Citigroup was unwilling to take one more risk than the 42 billion that would have been the cap under the previous FDIC backed deal. With the FDIC inaccurate losses over 42 billion, Citigroup did not block the merger but sought damage of 16 billion for breach of an alleged exclusivity agreement with Occupy. On October 28, 2008, Wells Fargo received 25 billion of funds by the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act in the form of a preferred stock purchase by the United States Department of the Treasury. As a result of requirement of the government estate trust, the company raised 8.6 billion in capital in May 2009. On December 23, 2009, Wells Fargo renamed 25 billion of preferred stock issued the United States Department of the Treasury. As a part of the redemption of the preferred stock, Wells Fargo also paid accurate dividend of 131.9 million, bringing the total dividend paid to 1.441 billion since the preferred stock was issued in October 2008. In April 2009, Wells Fargo acquired North Coast Charity Insurance Service in 2010. Whose fund administrator Citico processed the trust company operation of Wells Fargo in the Cayman Islands. In 2011, the company hired a 25 investment banker from Citadel LLC. In April 2012, Wells Fargo acquired Marlin Securities in December 2012. It was rebranded as Wells Fargo Prime Service in December of that year. Wells Fargo acquired a 35% stake in the Rock Creek Group LP. The stake was increased to 65% in 2014 but sold back to management in July 2018. In 2015, Wells Fargo Rail acquired JE Capital Rail Services and merged in With Fast Union Rail in late 2015, Wells Fargo acquired 3J Union focus on business loan equipment financial in March 2017. Wells Fargo announced a plan to offer a smartphone-based transaction with mobile wallet, including Wells Fargo Wallet, Android Pay, and Samsung Pay. Thanks for watching this video.